On the news tonight, Supreme Court upholds 5-year sentence of former lawmaker Farouk Lawan. Ogun NSCDC arrests 5 suspected vandals. Good evening and happy weekend to you all out there. This is NTA Ijebode News at 7, coming to you from your heritage station. Thanks for joining us. I am Olawunmi Adeniji, and here are the details. The Ogun State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has arrested and paraded 5 suspects for alleged vandalization of critical public infrastructure and other offenses. The State Commandant, NSCDC, David Idowu Ojelabi, while parading the suspects, reiterates the commitment of the agency to protect national infrastructure. Lekwangwade has more.
Vandalized electricity cables in affected communities, leading to darkness in the affected areas. The Ogun State Commandant of NSCDC paraded the suspects, who are in 3 groups. The first one is 36-year-old Ojuolakpe Olaitan, who was arrested for alleged vandalization of electricity cables at Imomo community along Ebute Enyosun in Ijebu Northeast local government area of Ogun State. Another group of 3 suspects were alleged to have been involved in stealing and having in their possession vandalized armored cables worth millions of naira in market value. They are 40-year-old Sani Muhammad Aliu, 28-year-old Aliu Muhammad, and 42-year-old Arowora Aziz, all residents of Lafenwa, Abeokuta. They were arrested along with exhibits including bundles of vandalized armored cables and a vehicle with the registration number Lagos GGE 763BR.
All these vandalized items, they cost millions of naira, and they have a negative effect on those communities. All these cables, armor cables, transmitting cables, and so on. For more than 1 year, they may not, have light in those communities and so on. So both those who have been arrested for vandalization and those who are receiving it, either selling, they too they are culpable. They will be taken to court and dealt with appropriately.
One Abiodun Olalekan Taufik was also paraded for alleged assault, occasioning harm and vandalism of NSCDC in Ijebu Northeast local government area divisional properties. The commandant said the suspect confessed to having been a dealer in cannabis sativa known as marijuana. He also confessed to having conspired to assault the officers of NSCDC. The suspects will be charged to court after the investigation. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
And in the meantime, the Nigeria Customs Service says it will continue to harness the specialized expertise of other security agencies in the interest of enhancing its capability to fulfilling core mandates. The Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, said this in Lagos while showcasing more than 56 kilograms of cocaine and 955 kilograms of marijuana intercepted at the Tinkan Island port. Michael Olaleye has the details.
Being the second busiest port in Nigeria, Tinkan Island is usually a target for smuggling of illicit drugs and other banned items. Unlike in previous attempts, the customs has proven its ability to keep an eagle eye, as seen in the case of this consignment containing 56.3 kilograms of cocaine, valued at 2.4 billion naira, and 955 kilograms of Colorado, with street value of 4.3 billion naira. 5 pistols, 455 rounds of live ammunition, and several empty pistol magazines were seized, with South Africa and Canada identified as countries of imports.
The individuals linked to these seizures have not been disclosed totally, as investigation into the criminal network are still ongoing. Our pursuit for justice underscores the determination to dismantle the networks enabling these criminal acts and reinforcing our dedication to upholding the rule of law and safeguarding the security and well-being of Nigerian people.
The Controller General of Customs singled out the progressive partnership with the NDLEA, which has resulted in suppressing drug network. The chairman of the NDLEA, who was represented, believes the seizure is a testimony that the seaport is equally under surveillance.
This level of cooperation between NDLEA and customs, as well as other security agencies and port stakeholders, is a strong signal to drug cartels that our ports and indeed Nigeria will not be a haven for them for their criminal business.
Both agencies use the platform to reaffirm commitment to deepening collaboration towards fostering a safer society. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
Away from crime. The panic created by a publication alleging substandard paracetamols in Nigeria has been laid to rest by the Director General of National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye. NAFDAC DG described the publication as a disservice to Nigeria, which shouldn't come from a reputable organization. Lydia Sampson has more.
NAFDAC Director General on Good Morning Nigeria agreed there are challenges. However, she reiterates that the organization is battling to ensure fake medicines and manufacturers are rooted out of business. She, however, vehemently opposed a situation where false narrative is issued just to create panic and portray Nigeria in bad light.
We found out since March 2020, over 124 approved medicines that were being shipped in, we stopped through the CRIA scheme. Some of them will not even have medicine in them. They will not disintegrate. They will not dissolute very well. They will have impurities and whatnot. About 124.
Her views resonate with a fellow reputable pharmacist and past president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria who joined the conversation on Good Morning Nigeria. He equally advised that generic brands of medicines should be prescribed as alternative to expensive brand name medicines for patients.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria is going to go to the national to ask for generic prescribing. Generic prescribing. Don't use the brand names to prescribe medicines.
They are unanimous that NAFDAC goes after substandard drug manufacturers from the roots to mitigate further risks to users, especially since drugs can heal and can kill if misapplied. They are emphatic that NAFDAC is reputable globally for adherence to global best practices, earning the organization World Health Organization certification. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Still on Good Morning Nigeria. 11 centers have been designated by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, across the country to provide free services to candidates living with disabilities. JAMB Registrar Professor Ishak Oloyede on Good Morning Nigeria says this is in line with the resolve at deepening inclusivity. Lydia Sampson reports.
In the last 4 years, JAMB has been paying transportation and accommodation for persons living with disabilities and their accompanied persons during its examination. This year, JAMB took it further to additionally pay for their registration. This is applauded by the Committee of Persons Living with Disabilities.
And we're taking advantage of it positively by engaging, first, the community of persons with disability. 2, everyone that is into educational administration, anyone. It is now our responsibility to take it and run with it. And that's why the community leaders in the disability community are taking ownership of this.
JAMB Registrar Professor Ishak Oloyede says JAMB will be given specific attention to specific issues, not a one-size-fits-all.
We are not giving one-size-fits-all type of thing. For the blind, for instance, some of them will use braille, some of them will use computer, some of them they dictate to them, depending on the level of needs. So it is not just one general. But when you talk about, and when we are talking of this free registration, to start with, as a pilot study, we are using the blind and the deaf.
Towards enshrining inclusivity, disability studies have been introduced to help guide those not disabled against sensitive discriminatory utterances, as well as better understanding of the realities of persons living with disabilities. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
We are going on a short break now. We'll be right back with more reports after this message. Don't you go away.
My son, calm down now.
Why did you sweat like Umrova?
My uncle no go buy it. Uncle!
What's up,
Uncle, meet Andy. He has come to ask for my hand in marriage.
Good morning and good afternoon, sir. What about good night? Are you seeing a movie? What nonsense!
Son, you are in control.
No, sir. It's my parents in the village. I'm doing a video call since they can't be here.
Glow Brigadier Plus is here. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
Hooray! The management and entire staff of NTA Ijebu-Ode, the Heritage Station, congratulate Dr. Sonny Folorunso Kuku, the Olorogun of Kuku Dynasty Ijebu-Ode, OFR, on his installation as Ogbeni Oja Akile Ijebu. The special event, which is coming up on February 3rd, 2024 at the Palace of Aujale of Ijebu Land by 10 in the morning, will be performed by His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono Ogbagba II, Aujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu Land. We pray that your tenure brings sustainable peace, progress and all-round development to the entire Ijebu Land. Announcer, NTA Ijebu-Ode management and staff.
You are welcome back. The news continues. The Supreme Court has upheld the conviction and 5-year sentence of former member of the House of Representatives, Farouk Lawan, who was convicted by High Court of the Federal Capital Territory for receiving a bribe of $500,000 from a Nigerian businessman, Femi Otedola. In 2021, Lawani, as chairman, House Ad Hoc Committee investigating oil subsidy, was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for soliciting and accepting bribe, but the Court of Appeal Abuja in 2022 reduced the prison sentence to 5 years. He filed an appeal against the judgments, but the Supreme Court dismissed Farouk Lawan's appeal for lacking in merit, upheld the appellate court's decision on the matter. The appeal court has earlier discharged him on 2 out of the 3 counts he was accused of.
The Supreme Court has affirmed the judgment of Court of Appeal that the 3rd count stands and is convicted on the 3rd count, and it should serve the 5-year term.
Police force has ordered the arrest of individuals engaged in same-sex marriage, as the act is unlawful and prohibited under the Criminal Code. A statement by the force indicates that the Same-Sex Act of 2014 criminalized the solemnization and operation of the practice, adding that those found guilty will face the legal consequences. Ondo State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed the nomination of Dr. Olayide Adelami as Deputy Governor. His nomination was confirmed during plenary presided over by the Speaker of the House, Olamide Oladiji. Abdulkarim Ahmed has the details.
The Deputy Speaker of the House and Vice Chairman House Selection Committee, Abayomi Akinruntan, while submitting the report of the committee, said the nominee was found physically, morally, and mentally fit for the task ahead, recommending the confirmation of his appointment as Deputy Governor.
The Honorable House should confirm the appointment of Dr. Olayide Adelami as Deputy Governor of Ondo State.
After consideration of the report, the House unanimously confirmed the nomination of the Deputy Governor designate.
The order has been moved and duly consented acclamation. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay.
In his response, Dr. Adelami appreciated the governor, promising not to betray the trust reposed in him.
I must prove myself. People have been saying I have rich credentials, and but I know with the support of the good people of Ondo State, I'm going to prove myself, and with the help of God too.
Dr. Adelami, who hails from our local government area of the state, was the former deputy clerk of the National Assembly. In Akure, Ahmed Abdulkarim, NTA News.
Garri, a foodstuff regarded as the common man's food in the country, is gradually getting out of the reach of many people because of the high cost of cassava. Shola Wahid visited some Garri markets in Ilorin and finds in this situation report.
Garri is a popular foodstuff in Nigeria due to its availability, dynamism in consumption, and cheap price, among others. It used to be the last hope for the hungry common man, but the story is no longer the same. As at present, Garri is getting out of hand of the masses because it is now very expensive.
Make it help us. Say the thing too cost. We no see cassava to buy, and that the cassava now cost, now make the Garri cost.
Even to drink Garri safe, it's not easy. It's not easy. 1 cup of Garri 80 naira.
A cassava mill operator, Dimitope Olonishola, explained that part of the factors responsible for the increase in the price of Garri include the exportation of cassava, its multiple use aside from consumption, and other factors.
Even the availability of it, we have to go far. In fact, one of our representatives came back this morning. We've sent her to the bush for the past 5 days. He has not been able to get cassava. Presently here now, a komodo of Garri is 700 naira. And it's not stopping. Because February, March, that's when Garri used to be more expensive.
A cassava farmer, Sam Awudoyi, appealed to government to come to the rescue of farmers and the masses.
What the government can do is to help farmers by giving them soft loan so that they can go into more planting of cassava.
Some other people say the high price of other foodstuffs have also affected the price of Garri. Shola Wahid, NTA News.
And on that note, we end today's news. Until we come your way next week, Wednesday, due to the AFCON ongoing 2023 match, for another package, a fresh edition. It is good night from me, and stay blessed.